Hi guys, there's a little update coming out. I'm also gonna update the playtest so you can all try this out if you want to. If you don't have a link to that yet, just drop a message in the hekje or the hashtag, zoals you say, general channel, and I'll hook you up with the download link. Not much has changed in terms of what you can actually do on the boat. Still very much just drive the boat around for the moment. But I did set up the first most important part of our interaction system, starting with this little dot in the middle so you can actually see where you're pointing, and basic ray tracing. The idea is that if we look at something and click on it, then we should be able to interact with it, rather than if we're close to something, in the proximity of something. That's also a way to do it, but that proved a little bit too both complicated and unnecessary for this project. I wasted a little bit of time on that, to be honest. But alright, for now, not much is interactable. Actually, nothing is interactable except for the helm, which for the moment I put here. Because the real snelboat, the helm would be underneath this compartment actually, and standing on the bridge you would talk to a voice tube coming out of here somewhere, and then give helm orders to the guys below you. Okay, so it lives in here for the moment, and as you can see, now that we're on the helm, we can also look around, but we lost our ability to click and interact with stuff. Once we get off the helm, we can do that again. Because we don't want to be able to control other things while we're controlling the helm. Anyway, let's take her for a spin. You can see the EOT is working again. I just put her up to full speed immediately. Always takes a while to accelerate. And we can also turn and have a look around while we're turning. Blah blah blah, you get the idea. One thing I'm not so happy about yet, but I didn't really find the time for it yet, is that when I stop turning the rudder, it automatically turns back. I did that for playtesting purposes actually, to make sure to make it a little bit less annoying in that way. But my next step is that it'll just keep the rudder command to the latest you set it to. Now it turns back. As you can see, the EOT does stay on, but the rudder turns back to zero automatically. What to expect next? Well, as you can see, I can still only just move on the bridge right now. And our next step will be, hopefully, that I can go through this door that ends up somewhere there and walk around the back of the boat. And start setting up a gun! Yeah. Snellboats are really hard to walk around. They're not really made for comfort. As they say, it's a brilliant machine, but the engineers or the developers or the designers sort of forgot that you also need to have people on the boat. So ergonomically it's far from ideal, because in order to get to that gun on the front, well, either you would just climb over the front here or climb over the side, or I'm not entirely sure how they did it. Or they would go underneath through the hatches. These are hatches that go inside, of course. And there are hatches down there as well. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll make it work. Alright, as always, thank you very much for your support. I hope you have fun with it. Please try out the playtest yourself, so you can have, so you can experience this for yourself, and let me know how it feels. Alright, talk to you guys later. Bye bye.